Yeah, yeah, man. But humbug indeed. Here we
Right?
are in December 2025. We started off this season with a lot of hope, with the potential of making something happen out of this year, with icons coming in to the organization like Tom Brady, uh, Spytech, and of course Pete Carroll, and
Good old Pete.
just to see the expectations just crumble at 2-12 now in the season, with a quarterback with, I don't know, 15, 16 interceptions, and just looking horrible out there. Pete, obviously, his game has run off, and just he doesn't have it anymore. It's time to go. It's time to go after getting shut out by the Eagles, man. And we're gonna discuss here. How the fuck do we get here? You saw the optimism this beginning of the season, man. You saw it all crumble now at 2-12. Of course, the rumors of Spytech trying to rebuild, and Pete thinking that he can win now. We're gonna talk about this kind of stuff, man. So, uh, yeah, man. Obviously, Pete's gonna be going. He's gonna be, even though he's on the presser talking about no, he's not going anywhere or something. We all know, right? The writing's on the wall, especially after that Eagles game, getting shut out by an Eagles team that wasn't necessarily playing well. I mean, you kept hearing that shit all over the news that the Eagles were not playing well, and coming into the season, the Raiders should have at least scored one touchdown. But and against the Texans, Geno is gonna start, bro. And Kenny Pickett, we didn't see too much out of him either. So,
Nothing. Nothing.
yeah, we're in the same shithole as last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about
Same
the
gym.
coaches. What are the potential coaches you think we're going to end up with? I mean, who would you like to see? You got names out there, of course, like last year, Kingsbury. You got guys like
Cliff
that.
Bar.
Sala, of course, again coming up,
Sala.
and those
DC.
kinds of names.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, let us know in the comments as
Yeah.
well. Let
Well,
us put it down.
yeah. Let us know because Pete gave us a bag of hot coal for Christmas.
That's
That's what
right.
we got, man.
Humbug.
But humbug. But yeah, like high hopes and everything for Pete, but it didn't work out. It's clearly. I mean, I think it's the O line coaching, but we're not gonna replace that. But who I would like Kingsbury. I wouldn't be upset with that. Offensive minded coach. He did pretty good with in college when he was. I think he was with. Well, I know for sure Jaden Daniels first year, and I think he coached like a couple people in college. I know Patrick Mahomes. He coached him in college as well, so he has experience with young quarterbacks. Especially we fall in the one or the second picks. We're gonna get one of the two quarterbacks at least. Preferably the first one. But if you get the first round pick, he gets to choose the quarterback he thinks will fit his system.
Yeah.
It's an offensive minded coach, so we don't have to worry about if our OC goes and gets a head coaching job. At least we know the head coach is the offensive minded type, and he's used to running his own plays and stuff like that. So I would like that. Mike McCarthy, he has the experience, especially if we do decide to keep Geno Smith because of whatever just because we need a good backup.
Yeah.
Then we can have a quarterback sit. We'll have an experienced coach like Mike McCarthy who can build an offense around. He had Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott's really good. I'm not saying Geno Smith is Dak Prescott, but Dak Prescott is not like elite arm talent or elite. He's just like above average.
Yeah.
So he makes it look really good. But Robert Sala, I don't know. It's just that whole Jet situation. Him having no voice. Him couldn't step up to Aaron Rodgers and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
I know
yeah,
New
yeah.
York is a shit show, but so
Yeah.
we're almost there. We're almost in New York shit show territory. So I still don't know how that is. DC, as a defensive coordinator, he used to be dope. He'd be really good. He could really turn that because as soon as the Jets fired him, that defense just plummeted like massively. So
Yeah.
at least he was doing something there. But I don't like a coach that doesn't have a voice. You could say the same thing about Mike McCarthy with the Cowboys, but at least Mike McCarthy had Aaron Rodgers. He knew how to deal with it, and he didn't look like Robert Saleh looked. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I like that part about it. Kingsbury, because it's a rookie quarterback that we're going to bring in. Even keeping Geno Smith, I wouldn't be upset. Let Geno Smith play the first couple games. If he's really continuing to shit the bed, then, we put him in, our rookie guy. Because honestly, man, I mean, for the beginning, we should have been like not, I don't want to say rebuilding, but like at least, I guess, a rebuilding team. Pete came in and was like, okay, we want, we have really good players, which we did, and he's like, we're
Yeah.
gonna turn it on. We're gonna still be in the playoffs and blah blah blah. So, and Pete being the type of coach he is, despite Tech being the GM that everybody wanted. We had the motivation. Tom Brady in the building. It
Yeah,
was all
exactly.
looking great, like, oh, Tom Brady wants to win. And in the end, it's like, but how did Tom Brady win in the beginning? It was all team. It was everybody around him helped him get to the Super Bowls to win the Super Bowls. It's not till
Yeah,
later on in his career that, it became more about Tom Brady carrying the team.
true.
So, that's the other thing is that we had to build, like, our old line's horrific. It's,
Yeah.
I do blame the coaching, but, it's also horrific people on that line that we should not, be bringing back next year. There's also the Colts defensive coordinator Lou Ormanu. I think that's his name. He's been looking at possibly, getting a head coaching job. He's known for when he was the DC for the Bengals the year that they took the Chiefs out of the playoffs because they had a really good defense with the scraps he had kind of deal.
Yeah.
And then even with the Colts this year, the issue with the Colts was DJ Daniel Jones. Their running game and their defense is what actually was keeping them in the game and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So those are good head candidates, but like I said, I just want to stick with an offensive-minded coach because that's where we need to be fixed. Somehow convince Crosby to stay another year.
No, look, I agree, bro. It's like
Yeah.
an offensive-minded coach, I think, would definitely fix obviously the dead offense that we have right now. It's just that
Yeah.
you're right. You got to address the problems, right?
Right.
If we have the number one pick, for sure it helps charm
Right.
a new coach and an offensive coordinator. And I just looked, what's his name? David Shaw from Detroit. Potential, the guy went to Stanford, and I feel like you put someone like that as a head coach that was an offensive coordinator and was a head coach. He's been some time here, at least in the NFL, and give that guy an opportunity because last year we were going after Ben Johnson. And
Ben Johnson. Yeah.
And
Look how that turned out.
Yeah, that was it, bro.
Yeah.
And but it seemed like there was no other shot, right? Like, I mean, I think they interviewed Vrabel, but that would have been another defense.
Everybody knew Vrabel was going to New England.
Exactly.
That wasn't going to happen. Yeah.
Exactly. So exactly. These coaches were already called, and they missed their chance on a younger coach who can, who's up to date with the modern way of NFL. And sure, I advocated for Pete to stay, but only because we want to see the continuity. Same shit with AP last year, right? I mean, I wanted AP to stay just to give him another year, or just to stop with the whole every year is a new coach. Since we let go of John Gruden, that's what it's been. Actually, no, since pretty much since Al Davis passed, bro. Like,
basically, all the list, man. The list of coaches that we've had, man, it's crazy, and that's not how that's not how you run a team. Like, the changing of the coaches and the quarterbacks, and it's like, wow.
But I mean, David Shaw is an offensive coordinator for the Lions, and so I think
that'd be a good one.
It'd be a good one just because he's familiar with the West Coast, I think, and Harbaugh being in the division and all, he may know how to beat that team. Right.
Yeah, and who knows? Maybe Harbaugh from the Ravens, he might get fired too. Yeah. But he's a special teams coach, but he will probably be bringing his OC that he had with him, and all of that stuff. So that's always an option right there. Harbaugh and Harbaugh Bowl twice a year.
Yeah.
And they're right there. LA to Vegas.
That'd be crazy as hell.
That'd be awesome. That's the other.
Kubiak is another one. I mean, he's more another
Texan.
Offensive coordinator from the Seahawks. And I mean, you saw this past Thursday game. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
And I've never seen 2-point conversions converted 3 times, almost in a row, damn near. So, that's crazy.
It's crazy. Yeah, it was a great game. Yeah, I want to be there. where we're fighting in the end in December for number one.
I would love to know that.
In the West.
Exactly. But Clint Kubiak, that's a pretty good offensive.
He's experienced and he's offensive minded too. So that's definitely another one. I think Clint Kubiak has more positive experience at head coaching than
Mhm.
Kingsbury.
Yeah,
Kingsbury, most of his positiveness is from being an OC.
yeah,
So there's that too. But and like I said, I still like Mike McCarthy, just because of what we need. If we're keeping Geno Smith and
mhm,
all that good
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, that would be. I mean, Shaw. I mean, I will say Shaw's OC for the Bear. I mean, for the Lions, right? So I
yeah,
will say Campbell has been, taking over play calling duties a bit. So I don't know how that's going to work.
right,
Maybe Shaw is a better offense designer and not a good play caller. And then he could just have his own OC as well, and he could just be the offensive minded coach, and stuff like that.
yeah,
So yeah, there's always that route too. So yeah, I mean, I like either or. It sounds like it's going to be guys that are experienced,
yeah.
which that's a plus. It's not old man Pete experience.
I mean,
At least he's
he
with
had
a
his time,
modern
so maybe it
time.
would happen, but
Yeah,
it completely
it's a
outpaced
modern
him.
time. Yeah, a modern time head coach that knows a modern time offense that's not it's not gonna just force, the cover three defense. Make the defense evolve as well. So
Yeah, I mean, I don't know to what extent he has as far as the offense goes, right? I mean,
yeah.
but you didn't score against the Eagles, and sure the defense is
Oh
pretty
my
damn
god, yeah.
good, and Pickett got sacked a
But
few times. I can't remember how many
yeah,
times, but still, uh,
right. But they're not world beaters, so
bro.
it's like
And then
they're definitely vulnerable like us.
And
I
then
mean,
to
not as
put
bad as
the
us.
teams back on Genti, I don't feel like Genti is the guy that would carry the team. Like, yeah, he's a good
Yeah,
running back, but I don't think he's the
yeah.
guy who is meant to, carry the team. Like maybe Brock.
Like a
Could
Josh
be, right?
Jacobs style.
Exactly,
Yeah.
right. So I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, Genti was always the thing about Genti. He was always supposed to be like that big play guy, like break the tackle and take off. He's not like a Derrick Henry kind of guy.
yeah,
He's more like Jameer Gibbs from the Lions. And
right,
Jameer Gibbs has David Montgomery. He's the muscle, the tank over there. Jameer Gibbs is just faster than Genti, and Genti is just a better broken tackler. Because he can be agile and run you over. So that's what he's supposed to be there. So it's like it was a luxury pick that we did. We should have gotten O line,
exactly.
just but I think Genti is that type of running back. But that O line
Of
needs to
course,
be fixed.
yeah,
It
exactly,
needs to be
exactly.
fixed badly. And then in the end, like say if the Raiders do fall for the second or third round pick, and let's say they only like one quarterback, and that quarterback gets drafted, then we're at the position where it's like, okay, let's either get the best offensive lineman or let's trade back, recover another first round pick next year,
Mm,
and accumulate a lot more picks, and then build the team up and go with Geno Smith. And
yeah,
we'll go in the next season with two first round picks and figuring it out. And maybe we do like a quarterback that's later in the draft. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's not always the first quarterback that's drafted that's always been the best quarterback.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? It's like, the only time there was just Joe Burrow. Other than that, Caleb, Drake May is looking like the best quarterback in that draft.
yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Patrick Mahomes was Baker Mayfield, Mitchell Trubisky in front of him. So there's always Lamar Allen was the number 32 pick of the draft. So
yeah,
and look at him, I think he's the best quarterback in that draft.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
Josh Allen was number one. So yeah, we can always get a quarterback anywhere.
Right.
And it's just about finding the talent and then putting the right pieces in front of him. Jock Besh is looking good, man. He's looking
Yeah.
better. He's looking more confidence catching the ball. Um, Thorin is just disappeared. He's just DMP. Do not dress. Do not play. Yeah, might be like do not show up to work.
Yeah, what I don't know what happened there with that guy.
Yeah,
But,
yeah, man.
yeah,
It's
no.
that's
So
looking.
now that we know that Geno's coming back,
Yeah.
against the Texans coming in on Tuesday on Sunday. What are your thoughts there? What do you expect to see out of Geno? You think Texans will
Oh,
stay down? Obviously, they're
it's
fighting
gonna
for first place,
be.
right? The Texans are fighting for first place. They're
Fighting for first place, yeah. They're in the playoffs for sure. They're
okay.
fighting for the first place with the Jaguars. The
Yeah,
Jaguars are
right,
ahead of them,
right.
so they need to win out. That because I live in Houston, folks. I watch those games all the time. I've been to the game once this season. that defensive line is legit. Daniel Hunter and Anderson Jr. are going to tear Geno Smith's ass up. And it sucks because I'm going with the Raiders gear.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So it's gonna be like, and I'm a big fan. I like CJ and I like Will Anderson. Like I like, because I watched them. So it's like I like the team.
Yeah.
And so when I saw them in the beginning of the season, I was like, man, it would be so great if we're both fighting for the playoffs. And then no, that's not happening. So, maybe it'll be a little less hostile now that I'm going in knowing that we suck.
I mean, we want to tank it. We want to lose these games to keep that first place spot.
Exactly.
Or at least, I mean, that first pick. I mean, everybody wants to spend it on what's his name? Kid from Indiana.
Mendoza. I don't know, man, because I keep hearing people say how it's a weak draft class. And they said that about last season too. So it's like, but we need a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? It's like, if we go in with just Geno Smith again, without any changes, like, what are we going to get? And in the end, maybe it's not Geno Smith's fault. Like, we do know our offensive line is horrible. And, like, name any quarterback that plays great with the offensive line. Look what happened to Patrick Mahomes. He got a torn ACL. So, and it's like, maybe he is good. Jared Goff play style, like, he's really good when he has like a great blocking, and just falls apart whenever the O-line falls apart.
Yeah.
So there's always that part. I just think really Pete Carroll just shit the bed with his son on this one. Like, he should have took his son off of an O-line coach. And so.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, so.
But yeah, the Texans are going to run through us. Look, our defense, that's what we were talking about. Their defense, CJ Stroud has been okay. There are times like last game, he showed up in the fourth quarter. But, the first half, it wasn't that good. And that's his thing. He hasn't been as good as his rookie season. He has some games where he looks really good, and there's some games where you could tell the defense, carried him. There was a point where we're like, talking with family members here when we were watching the game, is like, we just have to score 16 or 19 points to win, because of the defense. The defense will keep him at 15, 14. Right. So, but now he's been picking it up. But the defense is legit. The D-line's really good. I think both of them, Hunter and Anderson, are in top 5 or top 7 in sacks in the league. So we already got 2 top 10 players in the sack leaders in the against. Their defensive tackle is really good. I think PFF has them like a high rating for a defensive tackle.
Yeah.
The 2 corners, Lassiter and Stingray, are really, really good, bro, and they're aggressive. And so they go after interceptions, and then their safeties. Petrie is probably like one of my favorite players over there because he hits. He hits hard. I don't know if you saw the Chiefs game. He was the one that was smacking Rashid Rice and stuff like that. And all the memes are like, now Rashid knows like how it feels like to get hit by a speeding.
Jeez. Yeah.
Yeah. So he ragdolled him with that hit. I just saw him go. I was like, whoa. So yeah, the defense is legit. The offense, we can probably get it, but if our offense is not scoring, if our O-line is not blocking, like, I feel like this is the best D-line that the Raiders have faced. So it's going to be
like every D-line is a pretty decent D-line. It's the Raiders.
Yeah, these guys are legit. Yeah, the Raiders are the fix-me-up game.
Yeah, I mean, we made Dallas look like they were a championship team. I mean, we made the Commanders look like they were going to just run over people.
Yeah. Oh my God! So, everybody, we made Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah, it made Shedeur Sanders look like like
the best quarterback out of this draft.
But yeah, man, I mean, they got to improve with Geno coming in. Yeah, it just tells you, whatever. Let's tank it, and I feel that's what they have to do right now, and build the O-line. And if if all the rumors are true that Spytek wants to rebuild, and we move on from Pete, then those are the potential candidates.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments, who do you want to see as your next coach?
Yeah. Anybody we haven't think of? Anybody that'd be a sleeper pick? I like them.
The sleeper picks, those are like Thornton, right?
yeah, like Thornton. So hopefully better than that. Like a Caleb Rogers.
Definitely Jack Dash. Definitely Jack Dash. For sure. I mean,
Yeah,
that's so far been a decent pick. But leave us in the comments
yeah.
what you want to see. And Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year if
Mhm.
we don't see you after that. Enjoy your holidays.
Don't cry. Yeah,
Yeah,
don't cry during
don't
the
worry.
holidays.
Let's just watch the Chiefs lose, and hopefully we lose
Yeah,
against them in that last final game.
yeah.
Love the
Number
Chiefs.
one pick. Number
Number
one
one pick,
pick.
baby. Raider
Raiders.
personnel.
Raiders. 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 Raiders.